Dennis Rodman is an enigma, period. Any old-school basketball and the 90s Bulls fan knows two things about Rodman. First, he was one of the greatest rebounders of all time. Second, he was an influencer long before social media even existed. Rodman was involved in everything from tornado tabloid romances and crazy-colored hairstyles to befriending foreign dictators. Nothing was off limits to the rebounding machine. After high school, Rodman was homeless and worked as a janitor. He wore color on his nails long before Virgil Abloh did and didn't get drafted into the NBA until he was 25. Welcome to B-Ball TV YouTube channel. Today, we'll talk about Dennis Rodman's outrageous career, both on and off the court. Did he really marry himself? Make sure to find out. Before the successful career, Dennis Keith Rodman came to life on May 13, 1961 in Trenton, New Jersey. Rodman was the product of an unstable home. His father, Phil Ender, left his wife Shirley and his young family with young Rodman and his two young sisters. After Phil Ender left, Rodman's mother relocated the family to Dallas. She strived to keep her children fed and warm by attending almost any odd job that came her way. Curiously, Rodman didn't at first seem to be all that athletic or outward going. Short for most of the high school, at just 5 feet 6 inches, he was cut from the school football team and later left the basketball team because he wasn't getting enough playing time. After finishing high school in 1979, Rodman's future was full of uncertainty. He found work where he could, like a janitor position at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. He still could be found at local basketball courts in free time, where the now 6' 7" player was a force. Rodman's exploits soon caught the coach's attention at Cook County Junior College in Gainesville, Texas, who granted Rodman the chance to attend the school with a family friend's help. Rodman proved to be a dominant player for the program. However, he couldn't keep up with the schoolwork, and after a year, he flunked out. Still, Rodman's play hadn't gone overlooked, and he was soon invited to enroll at Southeastern Oklahoma State. His on-the-court tenacity overwhelmed opponents. During his 3 years at the school basketball, he averaged close to 26 points plus 16 rebounds per game. In the 1986 NBA draft, a fortune from the Detroit Pistons gave a 25-year-old Rodman a second-round pick. NBA career and troubles on the court. The synergy between the Pistons and Rodman was, for several years, a great one. Rodman guided the team in a new era in Pistons basketball. Led by head coach Chuck Daly and point guard Isaiah Thomas, Detroit became one of the NBA's elite teams. The club became champions in 1989 and again the next year. And Rodman was the reason. A fierce defender and tough rebounder, Rodman was picked to the 1990 NBA All-Star team and chosen as Defensive Player of the Year that same year. In 1992, Dennis won the first of 7 sequential rebounding crowns. In 1993, following Daly's retirement, Rodman's relationship with the Pistons organization soured, and he was traded to the San Antonio Spurs. Before the 1995-96 season, Rodman was traded again to the Chicago Bulls. He'd team up with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen to win 3 astonishing NBA titles. Following his tenure in Chicago, Rodman joined the Los Angeles Lakers for a brief run late in the 1999 season. He finished his playing career the following year with the Dallas Mavericks. After all, Rodman finished with 5 NBA championships, 2 All-Star appearances, and twice was named the league's top defensive player. In 2011, he joined the NBA Hall of Fame. But then, out of the blue, Rodman tried to make a comeback at 45. In 2003, Rodman broke into the ABA Development League. Let's just say that he failed miserably. Trouble was always Rodman's second name. In the 1996 season, Rodman turned up and headbutted an official. Of course, he was ejected from the game, but he didn't leave quietly. Instead, he went on a rampage, tearing off his jersey and pushing over the coolers. Phil Jackson just found it hilarious. In 1997, Dennis Rodman kicked a cameraman square in the nuts out of complete frustration. The whole show was pretty bad, as the poor fella just laid down in pain. Troubles off the court. Rodman's life was no less turbulent after he left basketball. In 2008, he was arrested in Los Angeles for supposedly hitting his wife at a hotel. Rodman pleaded no contest and a judge gave him 45 days of community service. In 2010, it was revealed that Rodman owed more than $300,000 in child support. Dennis Rodman has never been one to deny his suicidal past. In his book, he shares that he actually sat in the cab of his pickup truck with a rifle in his lap, considering whether or not to blow his brains out. He was parked right next to the Palace of Auburn Hills, the home arena of the Pistons play. Still, the sense that Rodman was unpredictable was something he liked and embraced as part of his on-court persona. For example, there was a time when Rodman declared himself a bisexual and married himself. It made headlines everywhere. Obviously, he showed up to his wedding in a wedding gown because why not? This man was killing the news in the 90s. Back in 1994, Rodman and Madonna began dating for 4 wild months. Was this serious? Well, he claims Madonna demanded that he get her pregnant on multiple occasions. Unfortunately, he was unable to do that. After the breakup, Rodman finally met the love of his life and married Carmen Electra. No one was hotter than Electra in the 90s, and Rodman was pretty rich, so she made her parents happy and proud by marrying the NBA bad boy in 1998. Sadly, the couple only lasted 4 months, which is more than most celebrity marriages today. Off-court endeavors. Additionally to his NBA career, Rodman briefly took a stab at professional wrestling. He participated in a few matches in the late 1990s and also had his own trending series, the Rodman World Tour. Rodman took a chance to become a reality television regular. He came back to Donald Trump's business competition, The Apprentice, in 2013 after participating in an earlier season. Known for his wild lifestyle, Rodman tried to clean up his act on Sober House and Celebrity Rehab in 2010. Kim Jong-un. The always unpredictable Rodman also tried his skills at diplomacy in February 2013. He came to North Korea for 2 days and engaged with the country's leader, Kim Jong-un. The two share a love of basketball, and together with Kim, Rodman watched a game during his visit. When he returned from his trip, Rodman came on This Week with George Stephanopoulos. Rodman declared to Stephanopoulos that Kim was awesome and so honest, notwithstanding his less than stellar record on human rights. The former pro basketball player also expressed an interest in returning to North Korea to facilitate peace with the United States. In the spring of 2013, Rodman published a tweet asking Kim to let Kenneth Bae free, an American sentenced in November 2012 to a 15-year prison term in North Korea. In December 2013, Rodman came to North Korea again. That January, Rodman, still in Korea, took part in a controversial interview with CNN news anchor Chris Cuomo. He suggested that Bae's punishment was valid. 2 days after the interview cooled, Rodman offered a public apology for his comments. He also stated that he'd been under a lot of pressure and had been drinking at the time. Bae was ultimately released the next year. In June 2018, Rodman visited Singapore to be in the historic summit's general vicinity between President Trump and Kim. While not formally involved in the diplomatic maneuvers, Rodman earned an interview with CNN's Cuomo. He wore a Make America Great Again hat and grew visibly emotional. He explained the adversity he faced for befriending Kim. Despite being one of the most mad and controversial players, Dennis Rodman was, after all, one legendary NBA persona, which will be remembered for a long time. But what do you think? Isn't Dennis Rodman the craziest player in NBA? And how do you like our video? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss an upload, and you can enjoy the excellent content we send your way.